Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be walking you through my 3 favorite hip openers with modifications and adjustments you can make along the way. Come meet me on your mat. So once you've landed on your mat, we're going to stay seated onto the ground, and my first favorite hip opener is a deer pose. So you'll turn to face forward to look at the top edge. You're sitting on your right hip, so your right shin is forward, and then your left leg swings back behind you. You're looking for about a 90-degree angle in both knees, but if the front knee is tender and maybe the body isn't fully warmed up yet, your right ankle can kind of tuck in a little bit closer towards you. And then as you still lean on this right hip, you're crawling the hands forward. Elbows can meet the floor. Maybe you have stacked pillows to bring the floor closer to you. And then I do like to rest my forehead onto something solid. And then we'll just take about 5 or so breaths in this shape to open up the right hip. And if you're feeling a little bit tighter on this right side and you feel like you might be almost like toppling over to the right because of this angle, you can always bring your nose towards the front ankle a little bit more, and that kind of angles the upper torso so you can counterbalance yourself. So like I said, this is a really great hip opener option if you don't have time to do a full practice or the body's not fully warm yet, but you're feeling tighter in the hips. It kind of gets the outer right hip, the inner thigh is also, I also feel it kind of running up the right side of my spine. Let's just take one more breath in. And one more breath out. And then to center, we lift and rise. So push the hands down. You can reach behind you to bring your left leg forward, and we'll switch sides to even ourselves out. So left hip down, left hip forward, left shin forward, and then your right leg swings back behind you. Again, find a nice angle of the front knee, can be 90 degrees or less, and then walking the hands forward so elbows meet the floor, those props, and the forehead rests on something. Find slow paces of breath. And I would honestly recommend staying in these shapes for a little bit longer than we are today. But I want to make sure that we have enough time to walk through all 3 options. And maybe these are 3 poses, 3 shapes that you can turn back to if you're ever feeling tight in the hips, tight in the lower back, or you're just looking for a nice stretch. And again, if you're feeling like you're toppling over to the left, just angle your upper torso, your nose towards your front ankle a little bit more, and that should help counterbalance yourself. Good, and then just take one more breath, just like this. And then slowly you'll push the hands down and you'll lift your chest up. Good, and then you can help your right leg come forward, and then we'll just take a downward facing dog to transition to the next shape. So you might swing the legs over to one side, however you want to get there. Tabletop position with toes tucked, and then lift your knees for a downward dog. We won't be here for long, just a transitional shape, so take a breath in and out. Look forward. You can walk your feet up towards your hands, forward fold at the top, so you're also getting a nice hamstring opener. And of course, just because one part of our body is tight is probably linked to another part. So it's always good to stretch multiple areas of your body, hamstrings, hips, low back, shoulders. It's all connected. And then let's keep a soft bend into your knees as you round and roll your way up towards stand, chin to chest, just stack bone on top of bone. So my second favorite hip opener is a standing figure 4 position. And I love this because you can really do this anywhere. I do this in my office, in my chair, at work. It's just a really great option and really accessible. So your hands are going to come to heart center. You'll find a steady gaze point to the floor out in front of you. And then left knee comes into your chest, balance on your right leg. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh and sit your bum and your weight back in space, like you're sitting down in a chair. And so your left knee
drops down to the floor. Your left thigh drops down to the floor, and the opening is on your left hip here. If you're looking for a little bit more, I like to hold my foot and knee, and then I might hinge from my hips a little bit more as I add some pressure between the foot and the knee, like I'm shortening my shin bone. Not only are you opening the left hip, but you're also gaining some strength and stability in your right standing leg, and I love a double whammy. Let's inhale, rise up through center, nice and slow, hands to heart, left knee to chest, squeeze your right bum underneath you, and then step your left foot down. Right away, switch sides, so bring right knee to chest, balance on your left foot. And your exhale is to cross your right ankle over left thigh, sit your bum and your weight back, figure 4. And so you do want to keep a flex of the right ankle. You're externally rotating the right hip, so the outer thigh falls down to the floor. Maybe you stay here if you want a bit more. Hands can meet your foot and knee, and you can hinge a little bit further. Add some extra pressure between the foot and the knee, like you're shortening your shin bone. Really stick your bum back in space. Try not to grip through the toes on the standing leg. Remember to breathe even amidst the concentration. And then let's slowly rise back up. So your chest lifts, hands to heart, right knee to chest, stand tall, squeeze your left bum, and step your right foot down. And then just simply for the transition here, your inhale will circle your arms up, and your exhale hinges to fold you forward. And then inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift, hands on shins. Both hands to ground, downward dog, step, step to the back, hips in the air. Knees to the ground, and then sit on your bum. So swing your legs out in front of you, both legs forward. And so my third and final favorite hip opener is a Gomukhasana cow face pose. And so the hips are likely more open now, so this is a great option if you're feeling a little bit more warm in the body. The hips are a bit more open. Those first two are really great if you're just warming up the body or just warming up the hips, and this is a little bit of a deeper option. So bend both of your knees, feet flat onto the ground, hands are by your hips. Now with your left ankle, you're gonna cross or tuck your left ankle under your right leg. So your left heel now is tucked close to the outer hip. I'm gonna do this in stages so you really kind of get the building blocks to create the full shape itself. And so stage 1 is this right heel is in front of your left shin, and you're squeezing your right shin towards you, and the spine is long. You wanna keep both hips, both bums on the ground. Stage 2, you would cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and then same thing, your left kneecap is in the air, but you're holding your right shin close to you, so you can kind of get that opening through the right thigh, the right hip right here, but again, my bum is flat onto the ground. After a few breaths there, you might add on to the third stage of Gomukhasana, where you're stacking the knees one on top of the other, and then you're aiming to turn the shoelace side of your foot to the floor and the ground. Your heels are tucked in close, and again, you're stacking your knees as best as you can. You might stay upright. I like to kind of interlace my fingers on my top knee and keep my spine long for these first few breaths. You might even shuffle your hips from side to side so you remind yourself to stay grounded. And then if it feels good, maybe you hinge forward, crawl the hands forward, nose to top leg. And this is probably the deepest expression of this shape. And of course, this is a tighter shape, a tighter hip opener. So we are compacting the knees here. And so if at any point the knees feel crunchy, just go back to stage 1 or stage 2. Good, and then we'll slowly lift the chest back upright. And then to come out of this shape, you can help your right leg off of your left, and your both feet come flat to the ground. And right away, we'll switch sides. So feet are flat, hands are behind you. Your right ankle tucks under your left leg, so your heel is close to your left bum. Both hands to your left shin. Stage 1, your left heel is in front of your right shin, and you're just drawing your thigh in, your chest is lifted, you're staying tall. Stage 2, you can cross your left ankle over right thigh. A bit deeper of an option to open the left hip, but same thing. You're squeezing left leg towards you. Left bum is grounded, crown of the head skyward. And then finally, stage 3, Gomukhasana. You aim to stack the knees, one on top of the other, left knee on top of right. They're turning shoelace side of your foot down, and you're tucking your heels in as close as you can to the outer hips. Of course, my left heel is kind of winging out to the side there, and that's okay. But I'm kind of shuffling myself left and right just to kind of loosen out any gripping or tension from my hips and for me to stay grounded, both bums to the ground. Maybe you're staying right here, spine lifted. Or maybe you're hinging forward, crawling the hands forward so your nose comes closer to your top leg. And this is the deepest expression of the face, the deepest expression of the pose. And so you'll probably feel the most in the outer left hip here. And then slowly you can bring your chest, spine upright. And then to release, you can pick your left leg off of your bottom right, both feet flat onto the ground, and then just something neutral for the spine and the hips. You can wrap your arms in front of your shins and squeeze yourself really close. I hope you enjoyed this little demo and practice for 3 of my favorite hip openers. Again, these are 3 really great options that you can do once a day, a few times a week, and different progressions for how to get deeper into those tight hips. And so thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you very soon.